How is it going? My name is Salvaggio. I'm from Volpe Academy, and today I'm going to be talking about my VFC H&K 416. It's very nice. It's solid construction, full metal and everything. So before I get into this and actually what I'm going to be doing today, I'm just going to read off a couple of things about this gun in case you're wondering, in case you just want to look at it because of the title of the video and because it's the gun that you want. So I'm just going to go through some things for you. It does not come with this. This is custom. We're not going to cover this today, but I'm going to make a video in the future on how to make these. It's pretty cool. It makes the gun sound, gives it a good pop. So actually I got a printed piece of paper here, just a list. I'll probably leave a picture of it at the end of the video in case you were wondering, or I might just edit a picture in probably right about now. Okay, so HK 416 CQB, this is stock. Muzzle velocity is 350 to 360 with 0.2 gram BBs. The end of barrel length is 255 millimeters, which is false. I don't know if things have changed with this gun or whatever, but on eVike it says it's 300. So end of barrel diameter is 6.04. That I'm pretty sure is correct. I'm sorry if I give you the false information, but I'm almost 100% sure that that is correct. Hop up is a rotary style. I'm positive that that's correct. I'll demonstrate. It is definitely a rotary style. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there you go. Right there. Definitely a rotary style. My favorite part. Light now. Okay. Gearbox is a version 2. HK front rear sights. They kind of look like MP5 sights. I'm pretty sure they might be. It's a small or a mini type Tamiya or Tamiya, whatever you so please call it. In the back, that's how it's wired. It's its battery connector. Receiver is full metal, upper and lower. Everything is metal except for the stock and the motor grip or pistol grip. The buffer tube is completely metal, and this is on the pretty much just basic. Now we're going to go into the internals. So for the internals of the gun, it's a long type high torque motor. It doesn't really feel like it. I've taken this apart once, and the motor isn't really that hard to turn, so that's the only reason why. There's an internal MOSFET, that is correct. I've taken it apart, I've seen it. Gears are CNC self-shimming 18:1 steel. Bushings, standard 8mm steel bushings, which I'm gonna check on camera with you guys. I've got my ruler, so I'll check for you guys. Spring is an M130 spring. Considering it shoots 350, it's probably not, but that's what it told me, so I'm sticking with that. Spring guide is a ball bearing spring guide. That is correct. Cylinder head. Cylinder is a standard aluminum ported cylinder. That is also correct. Cylinder head is a polycarbonate cylinder head. That is correct. Piston is polycarbonate. Mine actually came with a red piston. It was half. The pickup was, and like half of it was plastic or polycarbonate, whatever they want to call it. And then the rest towards the end was all steel, so I kind of like it. And the piston head is aluminum. So I'm going to leave a picture of this at wherever I just said, and yeah. So that's pretty much all the stats of the gun. Now we're going to talk about tools you're going to need. So for this, I like to use, first off the bat, what you want to get is a small little hammer. It can be carpenter's hammer, it can be a dead blow hammer, soft face hammers, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to see anything beyond this point. You're going to need just a Husky razor. This is good for this little like pin stoppers or whatever you want to call it. So it's good for removing those. You're gonna want these little tweezer things. You could probably pick them up like Harbor Freight, Amazon, something like that. You're gonna want a set of punches. This is a pin punch. It's pretty small. This is a set of punch. I use this just to take out body pins and so on and so forth. This is my screwdriver. It's a small little screwdriver. I use that for, you know, cut off levers, so be it. And it also works very well to hold the spring guide in place because I don't have a quick change spring in this. So I have to hold it down while I put the gearbox shell over it. So that's going to stay here. Next, you're going to need, I'd recommend getting a metric set of Allen wrenches. This one's DeWalt, it's a locking pair. I think they're like, I don't know, maybe like $15 each one. It's a really good deal. They're super strong, you know, good metal. And they lock into place. And there's like different positions and stuff. So it's pretty cool. I'll keep that out for now. You're going to need a pair of pliers. It doesn't matter. I got flat like nose pliers right here. Smaller pair. I also have a pair of needle nose ones that are a little bit bigger. I like to use these mainly for like removing springs and the tapper plate springs and stuff, or like taking the little wiring connectors off of the motor. You're also going to need a screwdriver, which you can use a standard screwdriver. It works just as good. But what I like to use is this right here. It's a small, like $30 little electric screwdriver, if you want to call it that. Works really well. Makes the job nice and easy and quick. You're not hurting your wrist trying to take it all apart. I know that sounds lazy, but after a while of doing it, it does start to burn up. You're also going to want an extension. This extension right here. Oh, I'm sorry, excuse my yawning. It's, I think, like 12:30 here. This is a Boss extension. This is for taking off the buffer tube. So you just pull this back, this little collar. You place a little Phillips head screwdriver in there. Moving on. That's actually pretty much it. For most other AGs, you can use a flathead longer screwdriver. This works just as good, taking this bolt out. It's long enough. Next in line, let's see if I can find it. This is high temperature pure silicone grease. You're going to definitely want some of this when you're putting your gearbox back together, because I'm going to show you how to completely gut it and clean it. So yeah, that's that. And next, you're going to want this is really ghetto, but you're going to want a ghetto shot glass, and you're also going to want isopropyl or whatever the fuck it's called, alcohol, because this is going to take off all the grease and shit inside your gearbox, which I've already done, but I'm just going to go over it basically and show you how to do it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are the tools you're going to need. So I say we go to work. I actually have one thing before we start. Sorry, this video is almost 10 minutes long and I haven't even fucking gone into that. You're going to want cups and you want to label them. I got this one, safety assembly. I don't know if you can see that. I can't read backwards or upside down. And pretty much these are good for just keeping your workbench organized, and honestly it's worth it at the end of the day because you don't want to lose shit. So as you take it off, you put it in the cups, all in order, and then you just repeat the process backwards, and everything goes together smoothly, at least we hope, right? So now I'm just going to clean off my desk, and then we'll head to taking apart the gun. Alright, we're back, and we got a clear desk, so we're going to jump right into it. First off, what you want to do is you want to pop this body pin out. You want to make sure this video is going to be specifically a disassembly of the HK416, because I know as a beginner tech you might, I don't know, be a little anxious taking apart a $435 gun, because I don't know, that's just not pocket change, and yeah, it can get a little nerve-wracking. So make sure that the bolt is slid forward and that you don't have your bolt catch on, because if you try to rip this out while you get the bolt catch open, it's just gonna fucking pop the assembly and spring right off the other side. So you want to do that. You want to close your desk cover. Okay guys, so after dicking around my storage for about 15 minutes, I finally have a card sufficient enough to hold all my videos. So we're gonna get right back into it. We're gonna turn my spotlight on, because it makes it just a little bit easier for me to see, and it makes the gun look pretty cool on the table. So now that we're into it, you want to make sure, like I said, bolt catch, dust cover, and you want to get this pin, this first pin right in the corner. You want to take that, you just want to push that out, and that should pop right off. And then you don't have to take out this back pin, because the gun does not require you to do that. You just pinch right here, you just pinch this, and then you push forward, and it comes right off. Now, your hop-up assembly and inner barrel is going to come out with that. And something that sounded important, so I'm going to go see if I can find that. Not quite sure what that was, but I'm going to go look for it. Okay, we're back. Put my spotlight back up. It was this. The ring for around the outer barrel for the hop-up fell out. So yeah, don't want to lose that. It probably won't fall out for the first time for you guys, because it's actually kind of well seated in there. I've taken the hop-up apart a couple times, because I actually flat hopped this gun. I haven't auto hopped it yet, but I plan on doing that in the future. So yeah. Now, to get into this, you want to take this back pin. I like to take out this back pin first, just because it allows it to pivot for when you're taking off the bolt catch, which will be the next thing. So you want to get your pin. This is my pin punch. So I take that and I just push it through, and that will just pull right out on the other side there. I don't know if you can see that. This is what I'm talking about. And then afterwards, you're gonna get your punch. You can actually, it's probably a good idea, put this pin back in. Then we're gonna actually zoom in here. Alright, so now that you're up close, we're gonna get this. I don't know if you can see in here. We've got a bolt catch. Which I like to take the screwdriver, and we're actually going to go in from this side, because if we go in from this side, we're going to hit this right here. We don't want to do that. I'm going to grab it. It's going to pop out a little pin, and then we have this right here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but we have this silver thing sticking out right here. Focus, you fucking asshole. Alright, so it's sticking out right there. We're going to take a screwdriver. I'm talking about this right here. We're going to push that down, and then we're going to actually take this right here, and we're going to pull it out. So we take our screwdriver, and we're going to push. I'm going to try to do this the best way I can. I'm sorry, people. We're going to push down right here. Push down, and then pull out. And then it's going to pop right out. It's gonna have a little arm. So I like to then take my pin and I put it right back into the bolt catch itself without it flying across the table. Alright, and that's pretty much it. And the reason why we take this out first is because, actually, speaking of which, let me get my cups. Got my cups here. I'm just gonna go through them and find the one. This is my bolt catch assembly. And just drop that in there. Okay, so now that we got this out, now we gotta take this out. And how you take our mag catch out is we push it down. So you want to push it all the way in, all the way as far as it'll go. And then you want to grab it on this side. And then once you grab it on this side, you can take it and you can pull up, and then you can start to pull it out. That's what she said. And then start turning it over. Make sure, be careful that you don't scratch up this too bad, because this does poke out. And I don't know if you can see that, but it very simply goes over. I'm going the wrong direction. And then, yeah, just simply pops out. And then on this side, it might get stuck, so you just gotta push it around, and then it'll pop out with the spring. So, now that we have that out, we're gonna put this back together, like so. In frame. So now we're gonna take our motor grip off. This is pretty much essentially the only thing in, other than the body pin holding the actual gearbox in. Now, when I take the body pin out, I'm actually going to do this first. I know, I'm sorry, I'm a little all over the place. I like to take just a roll of tape and put the body pin over it, exactly in the center of it, and that just distributes the weight pretty evenly and makes it a lot easier to take this out. Now, I'm pretty sure we push it out from this side. So the side without the selector plate or selector switch on it is the side that we have to hammer to get out. So the blank side with no selector plate, or selector switch, I'm sorry, is the side that we hammer on to get out. And I just get my center punch because this one's a little bit too big for the size of the hole. So I take this, and this is what your hammer is used for. It just makes it so much easier. And that just pops right out. Don't be worried about screwing up your like screwing something up, pushing it out where it's not supposed to, because either way the pin's gonna come out. It just might take a little more, more effort to get that out. So pull that up. Now that we get that out, now another thing why I do this is so that it catches it, so it doesn't go flying across the room. And I actually have a cup for this. It goes right back in the cup, all in line with each other. So I put it in, boom, 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 and then opposite, boom, boom, boom. So you get the point. You're not stupid. Now we go here. It's always good to put your stuff back and keep your desk organized, because then it just makes assembly and disassembly so much easier. Yeah, so now we're going to take this off. And this involves taking this little plate off on the bottom. I'm talking about this right here. We're going to just take this off. And if you simply twist, and then it should pop out, just like so. This is all externally for the gun, so I like to keep it in a separate pile. All like the mag catch and the little bottom plate for this. And you'll see there's another plate that comes out here. But yeah, so get our Allen key. Wherever I put that right here. It actually takes right here. It takes on this DeWalt one the second to smallest. So it's actually a 2mm Allen wrench. There it is. This comes off. right here. This is gonna make sure you keep that up so that the screws don't completely fall up. You can keep it on its side, but it's just good to know. Now, this is where our little pliers come into play, or what I like to use for this is my little tweezer thing. I just come in here and I lift up on that, boom. So there's these little cables that hold on, you can't see shit. These little cables that hold on the motor. So you just take these off simply by prying them off. The motor just simply pulls out. If these fucking connectors can get out of the way. Sorry, I'm about to manhandle this bitch. Maybe not. And that's when we get our flathead screwdriver and just pop the sucker out. Maybe not. Oh my goodness. I promise I know what I'm doing. There's your motor. It's good to know. Keep this a little far away from your from anything metal because it is extremely magnetic. So I like to keep this on the opposite side of my little bench here and just keep that out of the way. So now you're gonna look down in there, and you don't have any light, but there's gonna be two screws on opposite corners of each other. So you're gonna take those out. Oh my goodness. Get off of the screwdriver. Okay. And then you're just going to simply take the cords out. And now your gearbox is completely free, other than you need to remove your buffer tube, because if not, then your wires will not be able to come out. So I'm going to do that now. For this, I just take a screwdriver, what I explained earlier, and I'm going to try using this. I've never used this. I don't know if it'll provide enough torque to actually take that out, but you can always try. You don't actually have to take this off. You don't actually have to take this off. I'm actually going to slide my body pin through it, just to make life a little easier. You can slide this pin back through there. But to just note, if you want to take this off, you pull this lever here all the way up, and then you just slide, and then that will come right off. So that's how you do that, in case you were wondering. And you get your butt plate, and this simply just twists on, if you didn't already know, but you probably do. But okay, so now, whoops, you didn't see that. I'm going to try to take my buffer tube off with this. Wow, this is going to be annoying. See if I can find it first. I think I got it. Nope. Mother trucker, dude. I cannot find the screw for the life of me. There it is. I found it. Alright, I got this in reverse. Wow, that took it right up. And then now we can remove our body pin. Motherfucker. There we go. And then So now we can remove our body pin. There it is. And then our gearbox pretty much just helplessly falls out, which is a good thing. Now that you get your receiver, you can throw that out. That's junk. Yeah, you don't want to keep this. It's a piece of shit. Totally kidding. Yeah, save that and make babies with it because it's the best piece of thing you'll ever put your hands on. Anyway, we're gonna move on. We're gonna need this, not really, this, and this. So you really only need a couple tools for this. Now we're gonna use this guy, and we're gonna take off. This is our bolt carrier, bolt catch. I don't know if you can see that right there, but the little screw that holds that on. So you're gonna hold the spring down. I'm just gonna. Actually, that's way too big. What the fuck am I doing? You're gonna use your small screwdriver. I'm just gonna take that out. And then this will. And you just want to pull up on that thing right there. So I'm going to actually use this guy just to pry up on it. And there we go. That's so. And then this is what I was talking about. I'm not sure what the fuck that's called. So whatever this is called, we're going to take that. You don't want to lose your screw, so keep that with your assembly. Whatever this guy's called, that's what I use my razor for. I just use it and then I just lightly pry up on it and it pops right off. And then you're going to get your spring and everything with it. And you're going to put that in your bolt catch assembly cup. And it's actually kind of good to record what you're doing the first couple of times that you do it, because you don't want to take it apart not knowing what the fuck goes where. So, and then try to put it back together not knowing where the fuck goes where. Oh, whatever that means. English, Dimitri. English. So, yeah, now we are going to use this guy. And we are going to use this guy. So it's a kind of like a duo. We're gonna take our thing. Oh wait, forgot a step. There's a bitch right there. That is a screw that holds your spring guide. I'm gonna take that right out. We need to do this before we take the case off because that will allow us to get our. What the fuck is it called? That will allow us to get our screwdriver in there. How's it going? I don't know why it just cut out, but yeah, so we're still back. We got this thing right here. That is a spring guide screw. So we're gonna get a flathead screwdriver. And we're just gonna remove that. I'm gonna take that right out. We need to do this before we take the case off because that will allow us to get our. What the fuck is it called? That will allow us to get our screwdriver in there. And spring guide screw right here. So we put that in. And line this up with our other cups from left to right. Alright. Okay, so now that we're here, we are going to take our screwdriver, install that right there, and watch how lickety split quick this is. And I'm going to take these screws out. Alright, and then we're going to get our flathead screwdriver. We're just gonna poke that in there and pry up a little bit. And once you get that pried up, you're gonna hold down your spring guide and everything. You get your gearbox shell out of here. And holy shit, that spring was mangled. And then you pretty much, you just take your spring guide, pull up lightly, and then your spring just pretty much poops right out of the piston. And then that's your spring guide. This is what I was talking about. It's a ball bearing spring guide. It is indeed a ball bearing spring guide, so that's pretty nice. When you get all our shit, move it over to the side. For some reason, these bushings came super glued in. These things, they came super glued in, and I was thinking about punching them out and trying to clean that up, but I don't have the fucking time to do that right now, and I don't really feel like doing that right now, so I'm not gonna. So yeah, this other shell can go over here. This can go over here. Line everything up nice. Handle. So yeah, and then we can just pretty much start to disassemble. I like to take this off first. Right here, this is our taffet spring. I like to get these tweezers and just pull that right off. And then pretty much after you take that off, your nozzle, your tappet, your piston, and your cylinder will come apart. Once you get that out, then we're gonna work on gears on it. This thing right here, that's your cutoff lever. So you want to hold that down, and then you simply just pop this bevel gear up. You can even pull it up with your hands, probably easier. So that pops up. You've got a shim on there on the bottom, and you get two on the top. So you want to make sure that you keep those on there. You don't want those falling off. And then you just get your, this is what the cutoff lever looks like once you get it out. It's pretty simple. It's pretty much what the cutoff lever is going to look like on all M4s. So keep that off to the side. And then this is your sector gear. See, that just pops right off. And this actually has two shims on the bottom. They stuck to the gearbox. You get two shims. You get two shims on there, so make sure you keep those on there. And then on the top, it's gonna have a little spring. The spring is there because they're self-shimming, so that's why they have the spring on there. And this is a tappet delay switch, or plate, what they call it. So I'm gonna I took this off last time, so I need to super glue this back on. And then you have your spur gear. And this has, I believe, two? No, just one. It's got just one shim on there. And then it's got this really funny looking spring at the top. I don't know if you can see that. It's got a spring and a little coupling around it. You don't want to lose that, so keep that all together. And then you have your trigger and your safety and stuff. So with your safety, you want, this is your screw right here. So yeah, put that in the cup. Then you're going to take this, and you're going to pull up gently, and it should pop off. Unless I'm just hallucinating. But it should just pop off. Unless it wants to be a bitch, like this one's being. There it is. And then you get that, pop that off, and there's a spring that goes over it. And you just lift it up and the bottom half falls out. I'm struggling to get things in frame, but this is where the this is what stops the trigger from being able to be pulled, and this moves back and forth, and that's what the selector plate hits off of. So this will actually pivot up and hit a flat spot on the trigger. So there's going to be a screw right here. You guys cannot see that, sorry. See, if I move my spotlight, maybe you'll be able to see it. It's like this. There's a screw right there. Yeah, there you go, now you can see it. That screw right there. That holds on your trigger. That obviously holds on your cutoff lever, so you do not want to take that one out. You want to focus on this one. Take that one out. I cranked these down way too tight a couple weeks ago. But yeah. Take that screw out. You want to leave that on your bench. Make sure you don't lose it. And then there's going to be a little spring cable. Spring cable. A little spring right here. You can just literally pick that up. I'm going to try to do it in a manner so you can see it. Just pick that up and the spring just comes right off. Yeah, then that spring comes off, and now your whole assembly should pop out, and then your wiring will follow it, and this wiring pretty much goes nowhere, so you can just pick that up and just take it out. It will hold its shape, I promise you. But we're not done yet. What we're going to do is we're going to get this. These are called cotton swabs, and you're pretty much going to dry clean this all. You're going to get all your grease off. Then, what the shot glass is for, the ghetto shot glass, is you're going to fill it up with the isopropyl alcohol, and you're going to take your gears, you're going to take the shims off, you're going to take the little springs off of them, and then you're going to soak them. You're going to soak them for like 5 minutes or so, and then you can get a toothpick and go in between and get all the shit out and gunk out, which is what I did. So I actually took this apart last week, and I put it back together just for the video's sake, and now I'm taking it apart again. So I'm actually waiting for upgrades to come here. So I'm not going to use too much just because I'm not soaking my gears, but if I was soaking my gears, obviously I'd fill it up so that it would soak the fucking gears. Yep. Common sense, Dim. So anyway, now we're gonna work on this. We're gonna get our Q-tip, and we're gonna give it a little bit of this. I'm just gonna give it a thin coat. I go right in between here where the piston slides are, grooves, whatever you want to call them. And then I go all around here because this is where the gears are, this is where a lot of lubricant is. Make sure you clean this out good and then flip it over to the dry side and give it a good wipe. So, yeah, I got my VFC right here. It's all put together. Actually, I need to go grab a battery for this, but yeah. So here it is, all put together. In case you didn't believe me, or in case you didn't do the steps backwards, just know that doing the steps backwards, it is possible to get it back together. So if you guys could just give me feedback on what you thought about it and how I did. It's probably going to be a lot of editing because I did fuck up a lot, so I might leave some of the fuck ups in there just to show you that everyone's human, and like, you're gonna fuck up when taking apart an airsoft gun and put it back together. It's just, you forget shit. Yeah, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a battery in here. Focus. We're gonna put a battery in here, and we're gonna see a little test fire, and I also want to do that just so you guys get an idea of what the gun sounds like with this bad boy on there. So yeah, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab a battery. I got my ball sack, my batteries. These are 300 milliamp hour, 9.6 volt. I mean, not 300. I think these are like 2300. I don't know. Milliamp hour nickel metal hard drive batteries. But now we're gonna fire here. Don't worry, no one's over there. There's just a wall. I promise. It's just a wall. So we're gonna just take a couple semi-auto shots. Hopefully you guys will be able to hear it. I really hope that the sound doesn't cut out, because I know some cameras do that. My other one did that, so let's just hope it doesn't do that. Go. And then full auto. So, I don't know if you guys got a little taste of what that sounds like. But yeah. I'm gonna stop it here. I'm not gonna do an accuracy test. I'll probably upload another video within the next week on the accuracy test, and we'll get that up there. But yeah, for right now, take care, guys. Thank you for watching. If you did, if you didn't, well, you're lost, I guess. I'll see you guys later. I'm going to be posting a couple more videos, like I mentioned earlier, upgrades, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to make a tutorial on my amplifier, so stay tuned for that. Anything else? Nope. Oh, yes, there is one thing. Stupid. I'm going to be posting way more. I got a new GoPro, so I'm going to be posting way more gameplay videos, hopefully within the next couple of weeks. It's perfect weather right now for outdoor games and just in the backyard, but those aren't that fun because you only have a limited amount of people and stuff. So I'll be taking off to my airsoft field near me, and yeah, I'm gonna play there, and I'll hopefully upload some content for you guys. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. Again, give us feedback if there's a better way that we could put the camera, or if there's better things, because I am starting off and I am new to recording and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you could also give us feedback on how I did the job, if you are a professional tech and you do things differently, or you just have a different way of doing things, please let me know. And I'll try them out, and I'll see if I like it, and I'll incorporate it into my thing. And if I do like it and it does help me a lot, I will actually shout out your name, or like pin your comment or something like that, or like your comment, or I don't know, I'll fucking do something. I'll figure it out. So I'll do something for you. So yeah, thank you very much. This was Volpe Academy, and see you in the next video. Thanks.